Hello everyone and welcome to another video on Gran Turismo Sport. This is a sign of things to come. So we're going to be looking at the daily races from last week at Fuji, and I will be driving a green Lamborghini. So straight on to race one then, starting the race in 4th position. So we head down into turn 1 looking for the, I think it's a 150-metre board on the left to brake at, making sure we don't go in the back of anyone. Up the inside, can we get them on acceleration? No, we can't. So down to 4th with a quick left-hander. Probably broke a little bit too much. He's gone a little bit sideways, so we get up around the outside, can we? Alongside, late braking, and up into 3rd place. See in the radar he's quite close to me, so we kind of stick it in the middle of the road, brake quite late, going a little bit deep just to make sure we cover off that position, and then onto the very technical end of the lap at Fuji. I don't particularly enjoy it, especially not in this car. The Lamborghini just wants to kill you at every moment. It loves to go sideways, especially when you're a bit too eager on the throttle, and these corners really bring out the worst in it. However, it is the fastest car on this circuit in Group 3, so we're sticking with it. We're trying to learn how to use it, and hopefully we can get some good results. So there we go. Perfect example of the rear end trying to step out on me. So on to lap 2 then. We're a little bit behind 1st and 2nd, so I need to get our head down, try and put in some good laps and see if we can bridge that gap. You see they're fighting quite hard ahead of me as well, so that's a really good thing because that will slow them down. I don't have too much pressure from behind. I think he's about 1.5 seconds back, so I can, yeah, quite a big difference. So I can just push on while they battle, and you can see I'm starting to close up already. So last corner of lap 2 then, side by side, a little bit of contact. Gone a little bit sideways. I've got slipstream, so I should be able to catch right up to the back of these two now. First place weaves, trying to break the slipstream. We'll stick behind him. Can we get the both of them? No. Make sure we're braking early. Oh, second's gone wide, and that's moved me up a place. He's out of the race. It's just me and Nick H93. Can I grab a victory here? He's going very defensive, which is good for me because I should be able to get a good exit and maybe get the run on him down into the hairpin. Not looking like I'm close enough, and he's going very defensive as well, so he's going to play the rest of the race like that, I think, sticking to the insides, making sure I can't send a little dive bomb down. And again, turn 1 onto the final lap, sticking it right up the inside, making that car as wide as he can. Again, defending up the inside. No chance to make a move here. Luckily there's no one behind me for a good 3 seconds, so you know, although this is slowing us down, at least I'm not going to lose a position here. Again, he's sticking right up the inside, giving me no option to try and make a move. So just praying he makes a mistake through the final section. But I've lost a little bit of distance, so I think that is going to be second place in race 1. So a good start, and hopefully we can move on and get some victories in this green Lamborghini. Go across the line. Right, on to race 2 then, and we are starting this one in 3rd place. So, a little bit further forward on the grid. We've got quite a good run on 2nd place here. A little bit of contact. We'll tuck in behind. Trying to keep it tidy, hopefully one of them will make a mistake. Okay, lap 2, and there we go, losing the back end, hit from behind, and a 2-second penalty. So that is pretty much race over. Once again, the Lamborghini deciding it wants to kill me. So we're going to lose a lot more places now with this 2-second penalty. Let's slow it down. 5th, 6th. Hold on to 7th. I think we might hold on to 7th. Hold on to 6th, sorry. So we're going to stay in 6th. So we can still make up some places from here, I think. There, oh, maybe not. And there we go then. That is the biggest problem with Fuji, is people forgetting to brake into turn 1. So this is actually right on board with the guy that hit me, miles back, no brakes, bam, and sends me off. So this is on board with me, looking behind, battling with someone else, forgets to brake, and that is my race over, it looks like. But thank you very much. 15th place. Oh, a few penalties, a few spinners, so we're making up a few little spaces there. So over the line to start our final lap, and we are in 13th place, not what we wanted. There's a lot of cars up ahead, so maybe, you know, we could make up a couple of positions if they start knocking each other off the track. So coming into the last corner then, you see someone up ahead has a penalty, so we may still make a position or 2 up. And we've got a bit of a run on the Porsche here. We're definitely faster in a straight line, so we should beat him in a drag race. As Carnage up ahead, and the Porsche decides he doesn't want to let me go past and rams me into the wall. So swiftly moving on to race 3, starting in 3rd position, up the inside, very nicely done. And it looks like we've gone wide, but I think we've actually been pushed off there. Let's have a little look, the replay. Right on the board, and yeah, we've been pushed onto the Astro, which has absolutely zero grip in this car, and we have dropped down to 8th place, which is just brilliant. So moving on to the end of the lap, and we're up to 9th. Not really a great move by me. Lamborghini decides it wants to kill me as a punishment, and I'm down to last. So it started off well, but it is now not going too well at all. As we avoid absolute carnage once again. So coming out the last corner on the final lap, can we make up a position or two? I don't think we're going to be able to. There's a drag race up to the line here. I'm out of the slipstream and we finished that one in 11th, and I'm getting pretty frustrated. So I spent a little bit of time on my qualifying lap, improved it slightly, so now we're starting in 2nd place, and hopefully being a little bit further up the grid will keep us out of harm's way. Getting through turn 1 safely and following another green Lamborghini today. And he's got quite a good start there. He's already started pulling away a little bit. You can see coming on to lap 2 now. I've got a space behind me, but I am falling back, so it's probably going to be another 2nd place. And no, his Lamborghini decides he wants to kill his driver as well. So there we go on the replay. He's off. I'm up into 1st. Thank you very much. And it stayed like that most of the race. You see behind, nice big gap coming around the final section. No mistakes, and across the line to take my first victory today, which I'm very pleased about. So swiftly on to race 5 then. And we're starting this one in 3rd place. Coming down to turn 1, making sure we can see our 150 metre board to brake at. Turn in, and we have been clattered from behind. And as a thank you, we've got a 3-second penalty too. And we've rejoined the track in last place. So that is race 5 over at turn 1. You see a replay. The Mercedes there just taking me out completely. We'll ride on board with him. He hasn't seen that the corner's coming up and he forgot to brake and take me out. And he ends up in 4th place. Brilliant. So skipping on to a bit further around lap 1. And then around the last corner we've got our penalty to serve, so we're probably going to end up back in last place after that. 3 seconds is a long penalty. A penalty for being knocked off the track in turn 1. And then right, end of lap 2 here. And the car up ahead has been sent for a pit stop he did not need to take. No idea what happened there. Let's have a look at the replay. And that guy did not want to let him past and sent him down the pit lane. So I've kind of ended up in this situation where after that first race that I made a mistake and ended up off the track, lost a few positions, and then carnage ensued from there. I ended up losing some of my sportsmanship rating points, which drops you down into slightly lower lobbies. And you end up with drivers who just aren't as good and aren't as competent as in lobbies where they all have a high sportsmanship rating. So I actually went down from an A on my driver ranking to a B over the course of these terrible 3 or 4 races. And I think I lost nearly 10,000 driver ranking points, which is quite a lot. So finishing that one there in 12th place, and like I said, dropping down to a B. But P2 on the grid for race 6, and hopefully we can do something good from here. So following the Mercedes, praying no one's going to take me out in turn 1. And we are around safely, so now we can focus on the race and not dying. Gone a little wide there, so we can start to close up. Can we make a move up the inside? No, he's turned in a little bit there. But we're starting to develop a gap behind, which is good. Where's he going to stick it? He's sticking it right at the inside, so no chance of getting around the outside here really. Just make sure we make the corner, bring it back, and we'll go again on lap 2. Just keep it close through the technical section. The last 2 corners are just horrible in this car. I've started taking a much tighter line, just to defend behind really. It just prevents people from dive bombing up the inside when they're not going to make the move without punting you off. So he's gone wide into turn 1 and we're right up the back of him now. Can we make a move somewhere in this lap? A little bit wide. He's going to defend the inside. We'll brake early, see if we can get the switch back. And yes, we do. Getting him on acceleration. You can see on the radar he's all over the back of me now, so I've got to play this one a little bit defensive. I'm going to stick it in the middle of the track, so it still gives him the opportunity to go up the inside, but very up the inside. And he's ended up going deep. We've made the corner. And first place is ours. So keep it tidy through the final section. And then as we come around turn 1, drift into the right to try and break the toe. And we've got a reasonable gap. I jump forward onto lap 3 now. And you can see the gap's gone up to over 2 seconds. So looks like there's another victory in the bag for us. Just need to make sure we make no mistakes, keep it tidy, and we'll get the victory. And there we go then, around the corner on the final lap. Looking back, nice big gap. And coming over the line to take victory number 2. So finally on pole position here for what will be our second to last race of the afternoon. So immediately trying to weave a little bit to break the slipstream of the car behind. Praying that we don't get taken out into turn 1 from this position. And through safely. So all of lap 1 I'm able to maintain the lead. However, P2 is very close behind, within a couple of attempts the whole lap. So I know that as soon as we get onto the straight, which we are here, he's going to get that slipstream and he's going to come back at me. So I think about moving to the right a little bit, but it's kind of inevitable. I'm not going to defend too hard. I'm just going to make sure I brake at the right place and do turn 1 as well as I can. And he's gone wide, which gives me a chance to come back at him. Just side by side. and it's a game of chicken really around this corner. Giving him room, but he's gone a little bit sideways looking at that radar. Again, the Lamborghini just giving the rear end giving up on him there, and that's meant that I keep first position. But looking at the radar, he's still all over the back of me, so I'm going to have to play it quite defensive into the hairpin, I think. Just keeping one eye on the radar, but I'm able to turn in okay. To not dive bomb down me, which I'm very grateful for. So across the line to finish lap 2, and we've started to pull out a little bit of a gap, so it looks like we might be safe in this race as long as we can keep it all together. And this is an example of getting the sportsmanship rating back up. You don't get people trying to do crazy moves on you. Everyone drives in a much safer way. So starting lap 4, final lap. Just keeping it tidy, keeping it together. It's still within a second of me here, so I've got to make sure I don't make any errors, any silly errors. Round the final corner after a clean lap. Looks like something's gone on behind me the last couple of turns, because I've pulled out quite a big gap. So anyway, across the line and taking another race win. This actually got my driver rating back up to A, which was the target after the abysmal races of very poor results. On to our last race, and again I'm starting in pole position, and hopefully we can get another victory to finish the night. So down into turn 1. Whoa! Somebody has forgot it's there. So let's have a look on board. Looking behind, neither of them have remembered the corners there, and both ruined their own races. So 5th place actually goes up to 2nd as 3 cars to get to break. That's a great result for me though, as I now have no pressure from behind, and I'm still in 1st place and haven't been taken out of the race. Right, so jumping forwards onto lap 3, you can see the gap has remained about the same. Still in 1st place, just over a lap to go. And as long as I keep it nice and tidy, I am going to take another win here. So around the final corner on the last lap, and again, gap about the same, and come across the line to make it, I think, 4 victories today. So very pleased with that. The driver rating's gone back up, and we finally got some good results after quite a bit of chaos. So thanks for watching, and I will see you again soon.